The gentlewoman's time has expired.
Omar will not be silenced.
The gentlewoman's time has expired.
To Congressman Omar, I am so sorry,
has expired.
that our country is failing you today.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology
time has expired.
when my life was threatened. Thank you.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I got a meltdown for you guys today, courtesy of the squad, right? Courtesy of the squad, because they are quite literally melting down in tears and crying racism, sexism, bigotry, Islamophobia, xenophobia. You guys already know. You already know what they're saying. They're doing that on the House floor, right? And like quite literally, they're crying, right? On the House floor over Ilhan Omar getting removed from her committee assignment. Now, I know that this has been something that feels like it's been going on for weeks now, right? Ilhan Omar has been getting removed for weeks. But you know how stuff works in the House, guys. It takes a while for them to actually officially do it. And they're set to vote on it. And before I could even finish making this video, right, I had to go back in and make this edit. They have officially removed Ilhan Omar from the Foreign Affairs Committee, okay? And I want to show you guys a clip of the squad melting down in tears. In this case, specifically, Rashida Tlaib, who quite literally melted down in tears. She lost it. She went into an unstable outrage over the fact that, again, Republicans removed, or they were set to vote to remove Ilhan Omar from her committee. And it is absolutely glorious. Take a look.
Desperation. So desperate to distract the American people from their total inability to govern. The GOP is now doing what it is best at, weaponizing hate against a black, beautiful Muslim woman. Congresswoman Omar's lived experience as a refugee and a child of survivor of war should be welcomed on this committee. It is needed. When you can't pass any bills that actually improve the people's lives, they turn to Congress. They turn Congress into a place of fear-mongering hate. It is so painful to watch. How ironic that the so-called lovers of personal freedom are now moving to censor Congresswoman Omar in the same week they introduced a bill to ban federal employees from engaging in censorship. Where are the free speech warriors today? The hypocrisy is obvious to the American people. You are showing who you all are, really.
The gentlewoman's time has expired.
Omar will not be silenced.
The gentlewoman's time has expired.
To Congressman Omar, I am so sorry,
has expired.
that our country is failing you today through this chamber. You belong.
The gentlewoman is no longer recognized, and the gentleman from Mississippi is recognized.
Boy, I enjoyed every second of that. I really did. Okay, her tears brings me laughter. Okay, because what she's saying is just absolutely ridiculous. I found the most hilarious part to be about how she claimed they were weaponizing hate against this beautiful black Muslim woman. And I'm sitting thinking to myself, I was like, I wish that Republicans, when Democrats do something, like for example, you know, when they did, they removed Marjorie Taylor Greene from her committee. Republicans need to start going out here and saying stuff like, the Democrats are weaponizing hate against this beautiful white Christian woman. Or when they do something to a white Republican man, Democrats are weaponizing hate against this handsome white Christian man. Right? That's the only way that Democrats will realize how silly it sounds when you say stuff like that, right? But this is not the first time Rashida Tlaib has melted down in Congress, crying these fake tears, right? I just want to remind you guys that, you know, she broke down crying over January 6th and also over the kids in cages migrant crisis when Trump was in office.
First day of orientation, I got my first death threat. It was a serious one. So what happened on January 6th, all I could do was thank Allah that I wasn't here. I felt overwhelming relief, and I feel bad for Alexandria, so many of my colleagues that were here. But as I saw it, I thought to myself, thank God I'm not there. I saw the images that they didn't get to see until later. My team and I decided at that point we'd keep the death threats away. I spoke to CPB agents, even though they told us not to speak to them too. Remember that? Because you have no other option only to be separated from your family, from your children, thrown into overcrowded cages, denied a shower, toothbrush, and yes, Mr. Chairman, drink water out of the toilet if you're thirsty. Mr. Chairman, it needs to be noted into record.
Yeah, so where are all these tears for the kids in cages and the kids drinking water out of the toilet? I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that. I shouldn't laugh at that, but I'm just saying, I'm just laughing at the hypocrisy here. Where is all these tears for the Biden migrant crisis, right? Because I'm pretty sure that conditions are just as bad, if not worse, considering that Biden's border crisis is much worse than what happened under Trump, okay? Again, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. But Rashida Tlaib is not the only member of the squad that melted down in Congress. We also had, AOC and, the other woman, Cori Bush. She melted down as well, too. They melted down. Take a look.
As a fellow New Yorker, I think one of the things that we should talk about here is also one of the disgusting legacies after 9/11 has been the targeting and racism against Muslim Americans throughout the United States of America. And this is an extension of that legacy. Consistency, there is nothing consistent with the Republican Party's continued attack except for the racism and incitement of violence against women of color in this body. I had a member of the Republican caucus threaten my life, and you all and the Republican caucus rewarded him with one of the most prestigious committee assignments in this Congress. Don't tell me this is about consistency. Don't tell me that this is about a condemnation of anti-Semitic remarks when you have a member of the Republican caucus who has talked about Jewish space lasers and an entire amount of tropes and also elevated her to some of the highest committee assignments in this body. This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology when my life was threatened. Thank you.
Senator Bush. The gentlewoman is recognized for 1 minute.
St. Louis and I rise in support of Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. I've been to her district. I've spoken with her constituents. We visited marginalized communities globally together. This institution is better because of her leadership, and the Foreign Affairs Committee benefits from her perspective. So let's talk about what's really happening. Republicans are waging a blatantly Islamophobic and racist attack on Congresswoman Omar. And I've said it before, I will say it again. The white supremacy happening is unbelievable. This is despicable. It is Congresswoman Omar who has been harassed at her job for simply existing as a Muslim woman in Congress. It is she who has been attacked by a member of this body, ridiculing her as a potential terrorist for simply existing as a Muslim woman in this Congress. So rather than bring an actual accountability, any accountability to Congress, they bring this offensive resolution to the floor. This is just a bunch of racist gaslighting. We all know it. Vote no.
The gentlewoman from Pennsylvania reserves. And
It is no accident that members of the Republican Party accused the first black president, Barack Obama, of being a secret Muslim. It is no accident that former President Donald Trump led a birther movement that falsely claimed he was born in Kenya. Because to them, falsely labeling the first and only president of the United States of America a Muslim and African immigrant somehow made him less American. Well, I am Muslim. I am an immigrant, and interestingly, from Africa. Is anyone surprised that I am being targeted?
Bruh, oh my God, wow. When did AOC become a black preacher? What was AOC having a revival? Right, that's what I thought. I'm like, man, AOC. Wait, oh my God, wow, just the meltdown in and of itself. It is worth kicking Ilhan Omar off the committees. Take away the alleged anti-Semitic comments, right? Take away the comments. Just these meltdowns is worth it, bruh. Oh my God, man. Wow. So hilarious. Okay, AOC. Ridiculous. She's making this claim that, oh my God, my life was threatened. This is the same person who was seen hanging out and talking with the person that she alleges threatened her life, Paul Gosar, right? So you're having conversations with him in Congress, right, while claiming that, oh, this person threatened your life. If you really feel like he threatened your life or that he was a threat to your life, what type of conversation would you be having with this man? I wouldn't be talking to somebody I felt like was a threat to my life. I'm just saying. Again, this is fake. It's fake, phony outrage, and all they can say is, well, this is racist, this is Islamophobia, right? This is sexism, this is an attack on black women. It's the same thing that they do all the time when they don't get their way. Anytime the Democrats don't get their way, anytime you disagree with them, it's the same thing. Just pull out the bigotry card, right? It's bigotry. It can't be because Ilhan Omar was a bigot, right? It can't be because she was playing off of these tropes, okay, about Jews, okay? She clearly don't like Jews. She clearly don't like Israel, okay? Hey, maybe she should be on the Foreign Affairs Committee, right? She clearly has some bias. So I'm just saying, they want to talk about everything except the actual comments that she made, the allegations. But again, this is what happens when the Democrats overstep their boundaries, okay, and they remove members of the other party from their committees, right? Like they did with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar. Where was the tears at when the Democrats did that, right? Since you're so concerned about the freedom of speech of Congress members, right? Oh, don't punish people for their speech, right? Okay, I agree with you. We shouldn't. But you punished Marjorie Taylor Greene for her speech, right? You punished her because she liked a Facebook comment. Something that she did before she was even in Congress, right? You literally are punishing Paul Gosar for his speech, a cartoon of an anime fight between him and AOC. That's what you punished him for. So I don't want to hear that anymore because Democrats have showed us they don't give a damn about free speech. And it seems like the only way you can get it through the Democrats' heads that, hey, maybe, you know, you shouldn't be doing this is to allow the pendulum to swing the other way. Give them a taste of their own medicine. And that's what they're getting, right? And you see how they, again, melt down in tears, like quite literally melting down in tears over the fact that Ilhan Omar is suffering from consequences that the Democrats set a precedent for in Congress, right? Marjorie Taylor Greene should have never been removed. Paul Gosar should have never been removed. And if they weren't removed, then this wouldn't be happening. It wouldn't be happening. Even though there are some legitimate reasons to remove them, right? Specifically, Adam Schiff, I think Kevin McCarthy makes the strongest case to remove him. But again, you should have saw it coming, right? You should have saw it coming. The pendulum always swings the other way in politics. You have to be careful what you ask for because, again, it could affect you. And unfortunately, in politics, a lot of these people don't understand the consequences of the things they advocate for until it affects them. They're totally fine with it when they're doing it to the other party. But when it happens to them, now all of a sudden you want to boohoo, whine, and cry, you know, tears. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to laugh at it. Because one, is fake. And two, again, you should have thought about all this before you decided to weaponize your power and overstep your authority to remove other members of the other party. Right? It's really that simple. If you didn't like it so much, you should have stood up for Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar when they were being crucified by the Democrats for their free speech. So, hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.